Hi, I'm Isaac Kenny.
I'm Davon Mason.
I'm Caitlin Pavey.
And I'm Sarah Vincent, and this is our marketing presentation for Elements Pro.
Based off the objectives that Adam and Rachel presented in class, our presentation will consist of the analysis, recommendations, and marketing strategies that will effectively and efficiently grow the business of Elements Pro. Davon will be giving the SWOT analysis, Sarah will be giving the STB plan, Isaac will be doing the communication plan, and I'll be giving the goals.
Five strengths Elements Pro has is high quality work, they're very personal, environmental friendly, each service is also individualized to each property. Lastly, Elements Pro donates to Christian missions. One major weakness they have is a lack of online presence. Other weaknesses they have are few employees, short work days, and no online reviews to their work. Opportunity they have are higher household income, population increase, job growth, and house pricing. Threats are weather variables, a large amount of nearby competition, and potential employees want year-round employment opportunities.
For our segmentation, targeting, and positioning, we decided to use two different segmentation types. Our first was demographic segmentation, and this divides the market based on easily measured characteristics. So we decided to divide the market based on income, and according to statistics, the most easily dividable categories are $0 to $75,000, $75,000 to $150,000, and then $150,000 plus. We divided the market based on this because Elements Pro is aiming to be a high-end service rather than utilitarian. Our second segmentation type is behavioral segmentation, and this divides the market based on how potential customers would use services that Elements Pro offers. So we have the basic services plan, the preferred services plan, and installation projects as our three categories. According to Adam and Rachel, the preferred plan produces a greater percentage of profits than the basic services plan does. However, currently, their basic services plan has the most customers. So we decided that the preferred plan should be our first segment, because this will allow for the most profits without Adam and Rachel having to hire more employees. Our second segment is tied to this because the preferred plan costs between $4,000 and $7,000 for each household. We need to target people who can comfortably fit that within their budget. According to a budgeting website, you should spend less than 5% of your total income on lawn care services. Thus, we need to target households that make around or at least $80,000. Based on this chart, you can see that there are two segments that fit this. We have the $75,000 to $150,000 and the $150,000 plus. However, the $75,000 to $150,000 is the largest group, and so that is our second segment. So what do these segments look like? So our first segment, which is the households whose income falls between $75,000 and $150,000, would likely be made up of families. According to census statistics of the Mason area, 74% of households are owned by families. These groups would likely contain more than one person contributing income, and these families would likely be busy with sports, jobs, school activities, religious functions, and other family gatherings and such. Our second segment of preferred plan customers would likely also be made up of homeowners. These would likely be people who have jobs that require them to work long hours or travel frequently, and these are people who might not be home to take care of their own lawns, but still want to keep their property looking nice. We also consider that there might be retired and older homeowners in this category who just aren't able to take care of their lawn like they used to, but still want to keep their lawn looking nice. So, for households whose yearly income falls between $75,000 and $150,000, Elements Pro is a lawn care service that can take care of their lawns for them. To people who are looking for a wide range of landscaping services, Elements Pro offers them the best quality service.
All right, we get into kind of more of the mock-ups of what we did for our communications plan. Social media marketing is pretty big, and especially on Facebook with Ads Manager through Facebook is one of the most useful tools that you can use, especially if you're a smaller business trying to get your name out there, or target a certain amount of people or income or what you're trying to promote as a product. So if we look here on our right hand side, which would be your left hand side, there is an ad that shows that we have carousel pictures as well as a format that shows the AIDA model, which shows that the awareness comes from the buzzwords of like professional and high quality. And so that kind of leads to an interest of why are those words being in there? Why do we want those? So that curious peak of interest is started. And the desire is when you're looking through the pictures, those are showing that, hey, that's the yard I want. That's what I want to be the best. Something along those lines. And so that kind of gets the desire, and then the action that they take for that will come next. And that is what our second paragraph in there looks like. Visit us for your service needs, and we want them to click on the link to go from there and be able to see for the preferred plan that we have in place for them and that we want them to choose. If we look at the other ad, it is very similar, except for we only have a single picture because we're gearing that toward our 75 to 100K audience that we're looking for, to promote and get them and their information for. In very similar ways, it's very similar to the other one, where we have the awareness of the key buzzwords like reliable, high quality, and as well as care. Those are things that they're looking for and saying, why are those words being used, and with this lawn, and it might, pique the interest of that, and we want them to eventually have a desire to be all like, oh wow, okay, this shows what Elements Pro is actually able to do, and what their services show, and what their quality is when they take care of each lawn from time and time again for the price that they do. And so that's one of the reasons that we would target the 75 to 150K for that. And the action that comes along with that is pretty similar to follow the link, so that our 75 to 100K household within the 10-mile radius located around Mason, that we would have that they would send that out to and go from there. If we look at the cost breakdown and kind of the duration and how things are, $4 a day for 45 days, what that looks like is the third week of February until the last week of March. That's 6 weeks. That's the span of which it is. And if you do the math, if you do $4 a day for 45 days, that is $180 for that span of the 6 weeks. And if you do that for 2 ads, then that means you double that, and it has $360 for a total. And if for just a daily basis for one of those 45 days, you get anywhere between 532 people upwards to a little over 1,400 people that it's reaching, and that's saying, hey, we're getting these ads out to them, and that as they're scrolling through or as they're getting on daily, that they're able to kind of see that ad come through, and that it's within at that point in their mind and saying, okay, if we're going to go ahead and look at this, why not go ahead and choose them, since we didn't have maybe they had a bad experience like last time around. And so now that the spring is coming, that's why they would keep going and pursue that and go from there to Elements Pro, which would be a higher quality service and a more personable company for their people.
So our ultimate goals for Elements Pro is that they will grow their profits from their preferred customers by the beginning of next spring by using the Facebook ads to reach the households of the $75,000 to $150,000 income range, and that they will also increase their social media presence by using the analytics on Facebook and Instagram so they can make adjustments to which social media tools are the most effective when trying to reach people to grow their business.